This is because the widest point on most people isn't at the hip. It's actually closer to the crotch or upper thigh here. And you won't just see your dress stretching, it'll also be trying to ride up because it doesn't fit this point. So your body is trying to find somewhere with more circumference. And if your dress has a vent, or maybe you remember wearing a fitted dress or skirt that has a vent, your body will keep riding up until it finds that vent. So the vent can splay open and then it'll give it more circumference. And if you think back to maybe wearing a fitted dress at a party and you're the beginning of the night, you're trying to shimmy it down to get it to fit, and by the end of the night, you've kind of given up on it and moving the dance floor and it's riding up. This is the widest point. And it's not just you, it's pretty much everyone. Most people, the widest part of their body is at below the hip. However, we make patterns so the hip is the widest point and then it goes straight down for a fitted style. So to stop this from happening, all you have to do is unpin the side seam on both the front and back, and then you just look where the stretch lines are starting. So maybe they'll start at the top hip or maybe even the waist or the hip. So just start unpinning where the stretch lines start, and the biggest stretch line will obviously be at the widest point. So unpin from the stretch lines all the way down to the hem, and then just let the fabric lay flat and then repin the side seam here. So the side seam will probably now be somewhere out here. That's why it's really important to have a 2 centimeter seam allowance, or maybe even more if you know your widest point is a lot bigger than your hip. So then once you've repinned the seam and everything's lying flat and there's no stretch lines, all you do is just redraw the side seam with a pen or marker. When you go to amend your pattern, you'll notice that the side seam line you've drawn goes out below the hip. When you redraw the line, make sure it's nice and smooth, and if you need to add a bit to the hip to make the line smooth, don't worry. After you mark the widest point, the side seam should then go straight down to the hem. You can also check the measurement is correct by measuring your own body. So just find your widest point. Mine's sort of around here, just like at my crotch. And just measure your own body. Make sure you're doing it horizontal. So do it in front of a mirror or a camera like I am. And then take that measurement. So mine's 97. And check your pattern is the same measurement. And you also can check the depth of your widest point. So just get the waist here, measure down to your widest point, and you can check that you've got the same location on your pattern. And also remember that if you've added ease to the hip, add the same amount of ease to your widest point too. Want to learn how to fix other common fit issues? Click on the card to watch my full dress fitting video.